Hello everyone, this is Dr. Tim Dunne, again at Advocate Integrative Medicine in Johnson City. And it's springtime, folks. It's when things are coming alive and we're coming alive. The sun is staying out longer, the trees are starting to change, we're starting to thaw, and we're starting to put the last year behind us and grow into a new year. So let's talk about exercise real quick. Let's touch on a few key things. Back in the 90s, the 80s, around that timeline, we used to think of exercise as far as time, such as we're going to walk for 30 minutes, we're going to go on a slight run for 30 minutes. Everything was time-based. Now we have a different mindset when we look at exercise. Now what our focus is intensity. What do we mean by that? So this is like a walk, and this is high intensity interval training. I just had a discussion with our filmographer, and we're talking about the difference between the two. And what we're looking at here is if you're going to go for a walk with your spouse and you're walking through, say, a suburban block, you can pick from this stop sign to that stop sign, and you can have a nice gentle walk. And then the next stop sign, that next gap or that next interval, you may want to do lunges the entire distance. You may want to walk at a very fast pace that entire distance. So we're taking our intensity to be very low, very high, very low, very high, very low. And it's intervals. It's an interval training. The reason is, folks, when you think about exercise, what's the purpose of exercise? Two things. First, increase oxygen consumption. You get a lot more oxygen consumption through HIIT training than you ever do through a walk. Now, a walk is better than sitting on the couch. It's better than sitting in your chair at your computer working on things, as we discussed. But if you can do a high intensity interval training, that's optimal. The first thing is oxygen. That's the first thing with exercise. The second thing, folks, and this is what everybody's going to miss, it's called hormone regulation. Hormone regulation. Cortisol, the stress hormone, we want that to be lowered. Growth hormone, testosterone, we want those to be elevated. We do know one thing, that if we're in this type of walking, after 12 minutes, cortisol starts to rise, growth hormone, testosterone starts to lower. This type of training is exactly what we want. Folks, if you're going to invest the time to exercise, let's maximize our output. Let's do some high intensity interval training, and look, folks, it's time. It's time. It's the only thing in life that you can't get back is time. Twice a week, optimally 3 times a week, no more than 3 times a week. So folks, if I'm looking at you and I'm saying, I need you to exercise, and if your number one thing is, I don't have time, I want 12 minutes, 2 times a week. You don't have 24 minutes in 1 week. Folks, take 1 12-minute on a Saturday and Sunday, and 1 12-minute during the week. We all have that kind of time. Make your time count. And don't forget, 70% of your health is in the kitchen. This is Dr. Tim Dunne coming at you from Advocate Integrative Medicine.